Hey, Dad.
What?
I want to talk to you about something. Okay.
Sounds like it might involve spending money.
No.
What is it?
Um. It's hard for me to talk about.
What?
Things.
You want to meet with somebody that you met over the internet?
No.
Good, thank you. What? Some kind of sexual thing?
No.
Okay, alright, good.
Well, no. So, you've probably guessed this.
You got a girlfriend?
No.
What?
You
You got a boyfriend?
No. No, you've
You
probably
guessed this.
You've probably guessed this, but I don't know how to say this.
You want to have a operation?
Well, not exactly, but yes, in that direction.
I'll say something.
I don't know how to put it. I don't think I'm a girl. Truly and honestly.
I finally have a son. What do you mean by that?
I don't know how to explain it.
Well, Emma, you.
I'm sorry I'm laughing. I laugh so hard when I'm nervous.
No, I'm gonna do my thing here.
But I want to talk about this.
No, I know, but you got me in the wrong time here. Can we wait for like about half an hour?
Okay.
I'm watching my beloved X-Files.
Okay.
Maybe, I'm sorry.
It's more than just I think I'm a boy. I don't know how to say it.
You wish you were a boy.
I wish I was. I feel like one.
Feel like a boy trapped in a girl's body.
Yes. And I've been trying to build my confidence up to talk to you about this for 5 months now.
Well, you've kind of given me the indication.
I've been trying to give you hints.
Yeah, you have been giving me hints. Talked with your mom about this at all, or?
Mm-hmm.
What leads you to believe that you're...
I just don't feel like a girl. I don't really have a particular reason. It just doesn't feel right. And I think all that time that I spent being really girly and hanging out with, honestly, the wrong crowd in certain ways was because I was super unhappy then, was because I thought that would help me feel better about it.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, it didn't really help at all.
This is serious, Emma.
I know. Like I said earlier, I was only laughing because I was really nervous and I just didn't know how to talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it sounds like a horrible situation to be in.
It's not fun. And I know you've said just stay a girl. Well,
Just what?
I know you've said to just stay a girl, but...
Well, I mean, physically, I think it's you know...
It's what?
It's, very difficult to to make a transition to being a boy.
It's not as difficult as you might think.
I'm sure you've read up on it, right?
I've read up a lot. I've been spending a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
Since summer, I've been reading up on it. I don't know what to say.
I can't really imagine what that must be like. You know, it happens. You know, you hear about people who would, you know, go through that. What would you like to do?
That's hard to say, because in a perfect world, this is what would happen, but fortunately that costs money and requires a lot of commitment. Because, yeah, it's hard. I've been really depressed lately because of it.
Well, evidently you must have wanted to talk about it some
Well, I
degree.
said I don't know how to talk about it.
Right, I don't either, really.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of my parental instinctual thing to do is to tell you that it's a phase you're going through, but I know that's not helping.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you'd feel like I'm not hearing you.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't want to be that parent.
Probably figured this out, but this is why people at school called me Ian.
And, well, I kind of figured it was something like that, or more of maybe a, you know, lesbian type,
Yeah.
or a gay type thing that either you've told people that, so you're attracted to girls.
Not just girls, like, I consider myself pansexual, which is like any gender.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the whole thought of, you know, actually changing your sex or something, that's really, you know, it's an open door for, you know, all kinds of difficulties in your life.
It's also an open door to feel a lot more comfortable with myself.
Yeah. Feel cheated or like, sad when you think about having to make that change? I mean, you gotta realize that I'm sorry, I'll let you answer that. Do you feel sad or like cheated? Like, you know, you're just like, you know, why'd God do this to me when he just put me in a boy's body? And
Yeah, kind of. I mean, there's the word called dysphoria that almost every trans person, and if not every trans person's part of being transgender, goes through, and that's just not being able to stand your body, usually for gender reasons. So,
yeah, you can't stand your body, or
to an extent.
I mean, the other thing, and you know, I mean, another thing anyway is that, you know, this type of surgery is not something that's been around for a long time.
I know. Mimi.
I mean, there've been, you know, there've been probably people throughout history for, you know, probably back as far as you could as far as you could look and find people that have felt that way, that they were in the wrong body, or they were the wrong sex.
Mhm.
So I guess it's kind of, in a way, a blessing that it's, that the possibility is there for you to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole world to investigate there, as far as, like, sounds like you've looked into it a bit.
Yeah. And since feeling this way, I've actually made a lot of transgender friends, like over the internet. Half of them were on Instagram, honestly, because I have a lot of LGBTQ plus friends that introduced me to other people, and I met a lot of people, and so I have a pretty good understanding. It might not be the best, but a pretty good understanding of different stories and different people and different effects and all that.
And it sounds like it all starts with therapy, right?
Mhm. And I've actually researched some therapists in Denver already, but like all the ones I can find are like they're not like actual people that work with transgender people to help them with their transition. It's the type of people that will, quote unquote, fix transgender kids, which just pisses me off.
Fix.
It means make them not feel that way.
Right. Well, I think it's, I think it's kind of instinctual for a parent to want to go down that avenue first, because, I mean, it's a hard thing for a parent to deal with.
I understand. That's why I've been so hesitant to talk to you about it.
I mean, it's I'm sure harder for the individual to deal with the idea of doing that, of changing. But, God, I mean, I think most parents, they want their kid to be, normal.
Mhm.
And,
Transgender doesn't really fit that normal. Mimi, come here. Mimi.
I'm sure there are parents out there that just will get that thought out of your head, because that's not happening.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I think, I don't know. Anyway, just know that I love you, regardless of, just, I love you, Emily. I love you the way you are. I think you're a wonderful, wonderful little person. I don't mean that to be condescending. And I want you to be happy,
Mhm.
It's definitely something that's hard for me
I know.
to comprehend. Even though I've heard of it happening and know that it does happen and people do go through changes. I can't help but to think that you're going to be in for a lot of pain in this whole process, if you seriously want to pursue it.
I know.
Obviously, you've told other people. Sounds like you've told strangers. One of them. I understand it's easier to talk to strangers.
Well, I don't tell strangers the whole transgender thing. I ask them to call me Ian instead of Emily. I haven't even gotten to the pronouns yet, which is actually something that, no, it's a lie. It's something that bothers me as much as my name.
I guess it's not as hard to understand as it would have been 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Um,
You know, we got into an argument a little bit ago, like a few months ago.
you and me?
Yeah, about how there are more transgender people now, and my argument was that no, more people, it's just more accepted now, so more people are coming out.
Yeah.
Trust me, it took me some time to get the confidence to try and talk to you about this.
Mm.
Like, a lot of time. And then there's binding, of course.
What's that?
I said, and then there's binding, of course, and
Right.
packing and all that other stuff. Which, I secretly own 2 binders. So, and they're like actual binders made for this exact reason.
Mm-hmm.
And they're tank tops. I'm wearing one right now. They're like, this one's way too big though, I got the wrong size. They're like basically sports bras that have mesh so it constricts your chest more.
Not comfortable?
They can be. The one I got is actually a really good, so I didn't get brand name either. Like the brand name are like $40 and I didn't want to spend that much money.
Where did you get them? I mean, where'd you find them?
Amazon.
Oh, okay.
This is a brand, or not a brand, but this is a exact binder that I've heard good recommendations on YouTube and stuff about.
Do you not like your, I mean, do you kind of really disgust, are you disgusted by your body, or?
A little bit, yeah. I'm sorry, I know this is a lot. I've been trying to hint at it the best I can for a while.
No, I know, it's, I don't know, with all the challenges of life, this seems huge.
I know.
I mean, it is huge. There's no thinking it is. It is huge.
I know people that commit suicide because of this kind of stuff. I'm not saying I'm going to do that. I have no intention of ending my own life, but yep. Hey, calm down, baby. I'll put you down.
You feel better now that you told me, or?
Definitely.
Well, good.
Oh, I feel better and kind of worse at the same time because I don't want you to be constantly worried that I'm too depressed now.
No, yeah.
Then again, it's part of being a parent. I understand.
Yeah, it is something that teenagers go through when they're teenagers go through it. It's, I'm not saying every kid has to be depressed, but it's definitely a common thing that kids go through.
Mhm. Oh, that's the other thing I was gonna say.
Yeah.
One of the most frustrating things for me feeling this way is every day at school, like being what they call misgendered
Mm-hmm.
by what they call cis people, which is just non-transgender people, because I only know one person that's not cis.
What's
Cis is not straight, or not transgender, so like
straight?
it's not straight because straight refers to sexuality,
Mm-hmm.
but cis is just kind of like CIS. It's like just not transgender. Like
Are they opposed to transgender people?
No, it's just
They're
just normal people.
Right.
The normal population.
So what's the difference between that and being straight?
Straight is your sexual preference, and then cis is just your gender.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, this is a time where the whole, sexual and gender things, they all kind of get blurred and get confused.
I know.
And, you know,
If it makes you
part
feel
of
any
me-
better, I've been identifying as at least bisexual, recently pansexual, for how many years now? 3 years. So.
No, give me a hug. I love you.
I love you too. Thank you for letting me talk about this.
Yeah, sure. I hope I'm being sympathetic, empathetic enough.
You are.
And,
I was actually, one of my biggest fears about talking about this is that you weren't. You were going to tell me that I need to give up on that idea.
well, yeah, I don't feel that that's really fair to you. And, you know, it's the kind of thing I wouldn't have even raised with my family if I felt like that. I think I would have suppressed it to some degree.
Yeah.
Some coffee. Did you want to talk some more, or are you kind of done for now?
I pretty much got out everything I wanted to say. So.
Okay. Done your homework yet?
I'm working on it.
Okay.